How come you left Craig Craddock off the list of originals?
You know what? I was really tired, and I was thinking about that myself, and I was going to reiterate on that because Craig Craddock, but you know, Craig Craddock was the first of us to die straight up. So that's really why sometimes I have a tendency, and me and him were tight as I don't know what. And I never did kind of get over him dying so soon because me and him just got real, real tight. And me and him was supposed to kick it the night he got killed, but he never showed up. And that's the reason that he didn't pop up in my mind.
How about Psycho Michael?
Yeah.
You heard of Psycho Michael?
Okay. Yeah, Psycho Michael. And we talking about what we was talking about. We did talk about the council, and they didn't come around to 73, getting ready to be 74. Craig Craddock and all them. Craig Craddock got killed in 1972.
Right.
Like that bench where the council, look what they call it, council liquor store. Ain't that what they call it? Are you sure about that?
Yeah. So I got another question. I heard somebody say that when the Crips first started, you guys wore ball heads. Is that true?
Yeah. We wore shaved heads. Yeah. Shaved heads with long earrings. And they blue ties.
Okay. So shout out to AC Moses. He said that. Okay,
Yeah.
I got another question for you. Was it Cribs or Crips when it began?
It was Crips. A lot of people said Crips. I don't know where they. My mama used to call it Crips. Some people just couldn't pronounce Crips right. It was always Crips. Because like I told you, I really believe the name Crip came because we can't find a diamond name. Because this is what Raymond told me, but maybe he just didn't want me to know he got the name from the TV program, right?
Oh.
But only thing me and Dad didn't research it or nothing. He Googled it, and they were talking about the diamond Crip out of Fresno. We weren't talking about no diamond because I was trying to find out if it was a name of a Crip called a diamond called Crip. That's what Raymond said it was. So after I couldn't find that out, I just assumed it either had to come from Superman's kryptonite or it had to come from Cripple. But I would assume it would come from kryptonite more than it would Cripple because kryptonite is more expressive with the Crip than Cripple is.
Okay, so you made sense of the Tookie being popular and starting after the East Side. Where does Mack Thomas fit in the Compton Crips?
Mack Thomas fits in because Mack Thomas, back in the days when the Crip gang started spreading throughout the East Side, Mack Thomas started he was the first one that started a street from the East Side Crips, which was called 103rd Street. And 103rd Street consisted of everybody that's from the territory that's what's called Q102 now, all the way into the Jordan Downs. The Jordan Downs was 103rd Street back there. Everybody out of Watts was from 103rd Street. Even what they call Q102 is now, that she was considered Watts back there.
What about 43rd Street?
43rd, you know, Portray?
Yes.
Kirk was from the East Side Crips. He started Portray Crips, and then he turned them East Coast Crips when East Coast came out. But Donald Kelly started Portray.
What about you ever heard of a guy named Baba Louie from Portray?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so
him, I think what's his boy now? I'm trying to think of his name. He's dead now. He had some brothers. I'm trying to remember what his brother's name was. I knew a bunch of them back in the day.
I'm not sure.
Think of his boy's name.
You knew it. You knew. What about Pitbull and Black Johnny. What about them dudes?
That's what I was talking about. Pitbull. Yeah, I knew Pitbull. And I met Black Johnny, right, because he went to prison right after Fort Trey started for a murder. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I heard he got out. I don't know if he got out or not, but we didn't really get a chance to know him. I've seen him at a meeting a couple of times because we used to meet at South Park and have Crip meetings up there. And after that, he went to jail for murder, so I didn't really get to know him a whole lot. And I didn't really get to know a lot of Fort Trey a whole lot because outside of the meetings, we hung out back in them days. We hung out in the 60s neighborhood on the west side, and we used to hang out originally. We used to hang out at South Park, not South Park, but Sportsman Park back in the day. So we hung out on the other end of the equation back in them days. When the West Side Crips first started, when Tippy started the West Side Crips, we all hung out. If we wasn't over there for 83rd and Western, we was at Sportsman Park.
How about Centinela Park?
Centinela Park was made in the equation. We just started hanging out in Centinela Park until 1976.
Okay, all right, that's good info right there.
Yeah.
So, Black Johnny died in prison. He never made it out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
He never made it out?
No.
Okay. What prison did he die in?
I'm not sure. I could try to figure it out for you though.
Okay, we'll get to that later on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So how about when did the Crips start spreading, like you said, to Watts and stuff? When did it spread toward Compton, if you remember?
Man, look, I'll tell you right now, a year later, at the beginning of 71, it spread it like wildfire. It spread it from the west side, and then it went to Compton. So it spread it down in 71. It went straight to Compton. We spread it. That's why the Crip gang was so famous, because we spread it like weeds all over. It was a lot of us back in the day. And we used to have meetings and be up and down Western, and the police used to take pictures of us. They wouldn't even get out their cars. There'd be too many of us. They used to ride by taking pictures of us, and we would have two whole West Side blocks on both sides of the street, walking the street, going to parties and stuff like that back in the day. So it spread it. In 71, it just spread it out. And then in 74, that's when all the different streets and all the 6-0s and the 9-0s, pay stuff came out, payback on the west side and all that stuff started coming out. And Underground. So Underground was the first Crip gang that went outside West Side Crips.
You sure it wasn't the Block Crips with Melvin Hardy?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you right now, the Block Crips and Melvin Hardy and them, I'll say, yeah, man, they was the first. But man, that gang, the West Side Block Crips, they never really got big. It was just a few of them. Melvin Hardy and all of them, matter of fact, they turned underground.
Right, they all
with Underground.
Yeah, they were all
turned underground.
Yeah, they were all kind of the same thing. You're right.
Yeah, no, exactly. And see, a lot of people say Block, but really, and I remember you mentioning something about the West Side Block Crips, but the West Side Block Crips was just something like when Underground really took place, because they really were known before the Underground on the West Side, kicking up no dust outside. It was straight West Side Crips. Wasn't no West Side Block Crips. Because they didn't even have a name, a street or nothing. They were just claiming West Side Block. And West Side Block wasn't no reputable place from the West Side like that. Like people profess to be, just like a lot of people say something about what's this gang called Shack Boys off the East Side. And wasn't never kicking up no dust. But when they said that the Shack Boys was existing, we was already East Side Crips. You know, so the Shack Boys was nobody to us, you know.
Yeah. All right. So where was the Shack Boys located back then?
They had some Shack Boys right there off the 69th and Mack.
Yeah, I met
back in the day.
I met Big Larry from there. I met a guy named Big Larry from there. We was in prison together, and when he got out, I went by his spot.
Okay, and where did he say the Shack Boys was?
That's what he said, 69th, because that's where he lived. But other people always say 76, though.
No, it was 69 because we was back in the day. Me and Raymond Washington, all of us originally the original East Side Crips was from 76th Street, almost 76 in San Pedro though. Raymond stayed on 76 over there between which was it?
Central.
I'm trying to think. Was it
off of Wadsworth or McKinley?
Was it Wadsworth and McKinley?
Yeah, between Central and Avalon.
Okay, he stayed over there between Central, and Avalon back in the day, but he hung out on 76 in San Pedro.
Right.
The Crip gang is really off of 76 in San Pedro at those apartments right there. That's where I was from. That's where I was raised up at on 76 between San Pedro and town. But we claimed East Side Crips. We didn't write streets back there. And when we started East Coast, the reason, like I was telling you, that I started 69th Street and 69 East Coasters because I used to stay on 69th Street when I was a kid when it was called Bob Time. And then the 76ers wanted to start 76th Street. And we told them, well, go ahead and start it because y'all didn't get permission from us to start it because y'all don't know the original gang was from 76th Street. But since we never wrote it on the wall or nothing, y'all could have 76th Street. And that's how they was allowed to have 76th Street East Coast.
Oh, that's interesting. How about the Swan? So when did you first hear the Swan gang?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna blow your mind. The Swans are named after me. The name Swan. A boy named Thomas Leonard that started the Swans, that stayed in our hood. He's the kind that want to claim Eastside Crips, but he wasn't really functioning. But he used to be around. He was raised right there. He was raised as a kid right there on 77 between San Pedro and Maine. And he was real quiet, dude. He started lifting weights. He had a little size on him. And he was respectful. And we was all cool together. But when we all went to YA, he decided to start the Swans. And his homeboy Elvis and them told, because he had got killed when I was in YA before I got out of YA. And it was good he did because we would have killed him because he took my name and turned it into a blood bag. Okay. So, but Elvis said that he got it from a family that lived in the neighborhood, and we was the only Swan family in the neighborhood right there off the 76 and South East.
Okay, so that's a good question. Did Elvis Dexter run with you guys?
Elvis used to be a club. Elvis used to be a council club.
Okay, all right.
It was too many Crips over there back in the day. Because what's considered the Swans neighborhood now used to be. We was from 76th Street, but we hung out in the 80s. Where the Swans hang out now, that's where we hung out when I was 15 to 16 years old. In the 80s. We hung out on 82nd and San Pedro and 82nd and Avalon. Between town and San Pedro. Between town and Avalon.
Did you know Big Chest Larry?
Yeah, I know Big Chest Larry. I know Big Chest Larry. I know all of them. I knew all of them from kids on up. Big Chest Larry, yeah, we used to fight with Big Chest Larry, and we used to beat Big Chest Larry and them up, me and Joseph Beaver, and the twins, Edgar Reed, Neville Reed.
So, in your opinion, what made them start the Swans?
Well, my opinion is that dude, Thomas Leonard, because I never got to talk to him. He got killed 6 months after he started, and I was in YA when he got killed. Like he got killed right there on 83rd between San Pedro and between the Maine and Wall down there. I never did, but I guess he just wanted to start his own clique and then wanted to be something outside of the Crip gang. So that's what it had to be because he knew he was Crip and he used to act like he used to be around us and act like he wanna join us, but I guess he didn't, because he didn't name them Crips, so he named them Blood. So I guess he just wanted to start his own gang. And I guess, you know what I really believe? I believe he was an undercover Main Street. We just never knew it. Because we used to fight with Main Streets. Because the original Swan gang is called Main Street Swans on the 77 of Main Street, which they was the first original Main Street gang besides the Main Street Crips and all that. They used to be called just the 77 Main Street. And that was a boy named KK and Dirt Bomb and them back in the day. They my age. That was their gang. They used to run with the Figueroa boy.
Right. I met some of those guys. So how did you guys feel that they became Swans? And did y'all get along at first? Did it gradually become a beef, or was it an instant beef when they started Swan?
It was instant beef when they started, because you got to understand one thing. They was using my name. So, because people used to call me by that's why they started calling me Vert instead of Verlis Swan. They used to call me and Raymond Washington, Verlis Swan and Raymond Washington. But I had to get rid of the Swan, because if I go somewhere and holler out my name, I'm Verlis Swan, and somebody just hear Swan and don't hear the rest of it, I'll allowed to get killed. But we knew that he had got that name from us. It was inevitable. So it's not, we've been fools not to believe that name had come from us. And so that made us rivals off the top. And that's why we became rivals.
Okay, when you call back, I want to talk about some more about the Swans and the swimming pool.
Okay.
The swimming pool at the park.
All
right, call back.
All right.
So that's part 2, the second phone call from Verlis Swan, an original Crip. There will be some people that disagree with his information. There will be people that agree with a lot of his information. But we have to remember, this is his recollection. This is what he recalls. And everybody should be able to share their story from their own perspective without it being tainted by media or the pressures of older OGs trying to push their recollection onto others. Hope you're enjoying the video. Be sure to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We got more Verlis Swan right here exclusively on Kev Mac Videos.
This is Los Angeles.